Hello, friends. This is Steph from the Bariatric Warrior Podcast. Just kidding. It's not a podcast anymore. It's a pugcast. Because Bambi's joining us, as well as
Erin, Erin RNY on TikTok. I had the RNY on April 1st of 24.
I'm Rachel. I am reclaiming Rachel Nicole on Instagram and TikTok, and I am an RNY patient as well in 2022.
Holly, finally Holly on both Instagram and TikTok. And I'm a BSG girl.
So you don't see Bex here. Bex is in California at one of her best friend's weddings. She will be back with us in a couple weeks. Thank you for taking time out of your evenings. Sit and chat. We just talk about the good, bad, and the ugly, the real raw, authentic parts of weight loss surgery through the ups and the downs. So if you guys want to kind of do like a little intro and tell us, what made you decide to have weight loss surgery, why, if you feel okay sharing your heaviest weight and your current weight, if you've had plastic surgery or not, if you've had complications or not, and then we can just freely chat about it after the little intros. Do you want to go first, Rachel?
Sure. My highest weight was somewhere near 314. I honestly didn't track it. I had kind of got numb myself. But before surgery, I think I had got down to about 308. I've lost almost 160. I kind of fluctuate up a couple pounds and then go down a couple pounds. But what motivated me was I had got so heavy and I had become pre-diabetic, which diabetes runs very high in my family, and I've had genetic testing. I'm at high risk for it already. I knew my mom is diabetic, maternal grandfather was diabetic. My risk is very high. And when I became pre-diabetic, I definitely started to get worried because it was right teetering to the point that I would need intervention. And then I was in pain in my body constantly. And it took me a while to make that decision, though. I worked in surgery. I worked with a bariatric surgeon that's like top of the country here when I worked at the medical center over here. And I had talked to their office, and then I waited years later when I started creeping up even. And I went through all the classes, got passed by psych, everything to go ahead and move forward, and I just didn't. I think what ultimately made me decide was I took a trip to California in 2022 and just trying to walk around Disney with my children. And then we had visited family in Manhattan Beach. I was struggling to just walk. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what really pushed me over the edge to make that choice for myself. I also had really severe IBS, which I was thinking was getting worse because I was overweight and unhealthy. And so I thought weight loss surgery would be the end-all be-all for that. And unfortunately for me, I've had a lot of GI complications since. So it's been quite the journey.
And we'll get into that some more too. Yeah. Holly?
So I had VSG surgery almost 3 years ago. I'm getting close to my third anniversary. I also was pre-diabetic. I had PCOS, and just due to that situation, I was obese, and that causes pre-diabetes or leads to. My heaviest weight was 303 pounds, and my current weight is 162 pounds. I've been spending the last maybe 5 months or so building muscle, getting stronger. I have had plastic surgery. I had plastic surgery about 10 months ago. I'm getting ready to go in for a second round of plastic surgery in about a week. And I'm looking forward to being done after that. It's been a pretty wild ride.
Erin!
Hello, my name is Erin. I had my first bariatric surgery on April 1st, 2024, which was my RU RNY gastric bypass. I am unfortunately one of those people that have had complications. I've had marginal ulcers, strictures, and now I'm having a problem with my body absorbing iron. So I am the complications girl right now. I'm still currently getting iron infusions, and I had a revisional surgery to try and correct some of these things like the marginal ulcer a year after my original bariatric surgery. So I had a revisional bariatric surgery, which was to lengthen the part of my intestines that connect to my pouch to allow for more absorption. So I had that on April 9th of this year. And like I said, now I'm having problems absorbing iron. So we're trying to figure that out. But my eating seems to be better. So that's good. My highest weight that I recorded was 320 and I am 170.
Yeah. Awesome. Not to toot my own horn, but if you have complications, you need to know someone named Steph Bariatric Warrior because she'll go to
Yes,
bat for you.
Yes.
she has. She
Not that I
totally
want
has.
anyone to have complications, but you know me, I'll get on the phone with your doctor. I will fly to you and talk to your doctor because I know what it's like. It's very isolating and you feel very alone and you feel gaslit by the medical system and you have PTSD because of the shit you go through. And I know as myself going through it and not knowing anyone that was going through the same things as I was, that's very much how I felt. And luckily enough, there were 3 people. Obviously, they had complications earlier, but obviously no one openly shared about it. But I had actually 4 amazing people, which Barry Godmother is one of them. Love her.
Mhm.
Melanie, my road Y, and then also Jody and Maddie, who won the Bariatric Warrior Award the second year and presented with me this year at JBY. They literally like took me in and everyone in the community was so amazing, Mary Nation, all of them. So that's why I so openly share everything that I go through because no one else did that. We need to end the stigma around not only weight loss surgery, but we need to talk about the shit that doesn't get talked about. Because if we don't, so many people will probably feel very isolated and alone. And that's something that I don't want ever. I am blessed to know Erin and Rachel who have had complications, but I also hate that you guys have had to go through that. I wish our paths met in a very different way. But I'm very happy because we got to meet. We're in each other's lives, and you guys blessed my life too. Holly, you too. Obviously, you didn't have any complications, but you still blessed my life. You guys inspire me every single day. You keep me going every single day as well. Even if you don't think that you have a large, following or voice in the community, you do more than you realize. And that was me at JBY this year. Me getting on that stage, accepting that advocate of the award made me feel so seen and so heard
Mhm.
and made me see that my impact is greater than I know. And so each and every one of you, your impact is greater than you know. And keep sharing your stories. I'm just so thankful to have each and every one of you in my life to call friends. And I've met all of you in person.
Mhm. Yeah.
Are any of you going to retreat?
Yes.
Erin's going to retreat. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not.
I'm trying my hardest to go to retreat because every single year I was either having surgery or in the hospital or recovering from surgery. So I could never go. We got the plane ticket. Thank you, Flight Credit, from all the canceled trips. Greg has the hit on getting cheap ass hotels. So 180 is way better than anything because hotels are expensive. So now we just have to
Yes.
work on the ticket. I will be there. I will be there. Now we're just going to get the ticket so I can
I'll sneak you in. No, I'm kidding. Joking.
put it in your back pocket. Just kidding.
Last year was so much fun in San Diego. I have to say, like, it was such a phenomenal experience. It's one thing to like walk in a room of people and they know exactly what you're going through.
Mhm.
And we're all sharing this similar path in life, which it was such a cool experience. It really was.
That's always what I say is if you're nervous going to an event, it's understandable because we all are if you've never been to an event. Rachel, Holly, you've never been to one before JBY, right?
No.
Were you guys nervous as heck?
I had my support cocktail in my hand. And then Holly was like, I think I know you. I think I follow you on Instagram. I was like, oh my God, I know somebody.
I made Fiona and Lori go find Rachel in the airport.
We were on
I
the
love
same
Fiona.
flight, but I didn't know
They were on
them.
the same flight.
Yeah.
And she's like, I think Lori's behind me. I'm like, I'm going to text her. And then I got them to hook up. And then, of course, Monica. Love Monica. She's a very dear friend. You
Mhm.
need to know. You guys were all hanging out at the Holiday Inn. Anyways, but Yes. When you walk into a room with people who have had the surgery or support partners who have had the surgery, GLP-1 medication, whatever journey that you're on, it's different than walking into anything else because these people went through what you did. They get it. So all the nerves kind of just like melt away. That's how I felt. I don't know how you guys felt.
Yeah, definitely. Like, Barry Godmother, actually, it's funny you mentioned her because she was one of the first people to talk to me at retreat and like really welcome me and like make me feel comfortable because that's just her vibe in general. She's a wonderful person, but everybody there was just amazing. So I'm really looking forward to New Orleans. I hope you can go, Steph.
I already told you I'm going to be there.
Yes.
I just have to get the ticket or you're going to sneak me.
Or I'm going to get you. I'll get you in somehow.
I will be in New Orleans. We're not manifesting any bad shit over here.
We'll have to have the pep talk we had before JBLY stuff of like, we are making it. Nothing else is going to happen.
I was like, get on the damn plane.
Yeah.
I even told Manny that. I'm like, Manny, you're not backing out. Get your ass on the fucking plane now. I'm texting Fiona. Fiona, call Manny. Make her get on the damn plane. Truly, I feel like when you're around your people, like your cup is filled. And it always sucks going home afterwards. I'm like, can I just take you all with me? What 3 things would you like to tell your past self going into surgery? If you could tell your past self 3 things.
That's a good question.
I'm sorry, I made them think.
3 things, too.
I would say, know that all the complications that could arise because your doctors don't share that shit with you most of the time or even half of it. I would say that was probably a big thing. Secondly, you are going to have a shit ton of new online friends.
Yes.
I'm over here in a new city, in a new state, and I don't have real life friends. All my friends are online, and I love that they're online, but can I just bring you all home with me? Because I just want to just be around you guys all the time. Anyone else?
So I'd say therapy is key to this whole process because you're going to have to deal with why you turn to food. A lot of us do emotional eating. I did, at least. So I had to go through therapy and like figure out my triggers and like learn new coping mechanisms and things that I could do that wouldn't involve binge eating. That was part of it for me. Secondly, there's a huge online community of people that are amazing. And third, trust the process because there's going to be stalls, there's going to be ups and downs, and you'll get there. Just trust the process and you'll get there.
Definitely.
I think for myself, I wish I had actually posted about this the other day, but like I wish I had been given the knowledge that things like gastric bypass can make IBS worse so that I could make an informed decision because that wasn't discussed with me until it got worse. And then I started having all these other GI complications. I wish I had walked into that situation more informed so I could make an informed decision. I probably would have still done it. But I wouldn't have been so shocked by what was happening and not really understanding what's happening. I think also I would have just shared my journey sooner if I knew the community. I didn't share until I was almost 1 year post-op. And then it hit that teetering of right after, literally a couple days after my first anniversary was when I had my first huge life-altering complication. But I've been able to connect with people, and even sharing my part of my journey is not only not making someone else feel alone, but it's also educating to them what could happen. I had somebody on TikTok the other day that was actually like, thank you so much for sharing what's happened to you, because now I have questions for my surgeon. She hadn't been through weight loss surgery yet, and now she wants to be more informed. And I've also just connected with people that are actually I had a bowel obstruction, similar symptoms, and I could help guide them to what they were needing to do. I wish for the support and then also the impact of helping others, because I know, like what you said, Steph, earlier, you feel so alone when you don't know that you're not the only one going through this.
And to go on top of that is, it's one thing being in the medical field, but even if I didn't know these things, because bariatric surgery is not the field that I study and worked in. And we trust and rely on our surgeons to, educate us and inform us, like you said, on all these things. I feel like, yes, definitely more education should be done, not just here's a binder. Because how many of us got a binder?
Well, even more personalized. I can't speak for everybody, but in my experience, if my surgeon had looked at my chart, he would have seen IBS was there,
Yeah.
and that would have been
Yeah.
something to discuss with me, right? But having a more personalized approach instead of, oh, you're 314 pounds and you qualify for surgery, looking at it and going, okay, well, these could be the roadblocks ahead or whatever.
Definitely. Yeah. And there's so many loopholes we all have to jump through even to get the surgery. You can go to Mexico and not have to jump through any things. There's so many different things. And if you're in an expedited situation of, oh, well, do you want to have weight loss surgery in 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I think there's also the fact of overwhelm.
Mhm.
And yeah, you're not prepared, I would say. You need to be prepared. A lot of people go into things thinking that it's going to be one way and then they're hit with something. So definitely the preparedness, not only doing personal research, but also that one-on-one conversation with your doctor. Your doctor's duty is to educate you and talk about the risks and talk about all the things. And then, of course, the other parts of the care team, your therapist, your bariatric therapist, your registered dietitian. If you had any fitness type person, that was something that they offered with mine. There was someone who, after your 30 days, would walk you through what fitness stuff you were supposed to be doing. I don't know if that's something that's offered with any other things.
No.
People shaking their heads no. So definitely more education. I also agree with you, Rachel, is that even though I share the bad parts, people are so thankful for that, whether they've had surgery yet or not, because they're like, thank you. Because now, like you said, I know what to ask my doctor, that I can go research these things and have all of my questions and get all of my answers. I'm not going to say that this is going to happen to me, but if something like this did, I now have people in the community I can go to and not feel alone.
Right.
Holly.
That's the thing. Three things I wish I knew. It's going to suck at first. There's so many changes that happen and they happen really fast. You're dieting, whether you were preparing to go into this and you were making small changes along the way or not, you're suddenly forced into these changes. Uh, So adjusting your lifestyle is massive and it plays a big toll on your mindset. It's overwhelming, but I think with the suck, I wish I had found better support initially. I didn't know how important it would be to have community or to have people to connect to. And the first year and a half of my journey, I was completely alone, didn't know anybody. I was ashamed that I had to have bariatric surgery. I was embarrassed that that was my situation, but I've come to realize me having PCOS was not my fault. So there's a big mindset shift that happens as you go through this initially. Another thing that I wish I had known going into this is that body dysmorphia is a real problem that many people are going to struggle with as you start to lose weight, not recognizing yourself, looking at pictures, whether it's not recognizing yourself or being disgusted with what you see. um, it comes in a lot of different forms, and I think it kind of evolves with you a little bit as you move through the journey. For me, I'm to a point where I'm not so angry with myself when I see pictures, but I don't recognize myself, and I am in shock sometimes, or easily just completely dismiss myself because I don't see me. So it's kind of weird, right? One other thing that I kind of wish I'd known about bariatric surgery is once you go through it, and especially if you're doing well, you probably are going to have feelings of wish I'd done this sooner. And I think the biggest coping mindset or thought that I've had about this is I wouldn't have done as well as I have, even though I had my surgery at 37. I don't think I was mentally prepared to have this anytime sooner. I don't think I would have done as well. I don't think I would have made the changes. I don't think I would have committed myself the way I've committed myself. And I think at the end of the day, when we're ready and we want to commit to this, we're going to. And you need to. You need to know that you need to give this your all to do well. I mean, bariatric surgery is going to guarantee you lose weight for the most part for most people. But if you don't make those other lifestyle changes, it's going to kick you in the pants.
Thank you for sharing that. And that's something that I didn't know about your journey. I hate hearing that you were so alone for a year and a half. I'm like, damn it, Holly, why didn't you come into my life sooner?
I know. I didn't feel comfortable sharing any of it until I had plastic surgery. When I saw the loose skin, all I could see was a fat girl. And that's horrifying because I'd lost 120 pounds at that point. But once I had plastic surgery, I came out of my cocoon. I
You do
burst
have
from
a
it.
picture of you with like butterfly wings.
Yeah. So
I think there's a lot of people that can relate to those feelings, and they're not good feelings, being ashamed or embarrassed to have to get a tool. That's what it is. Surgery is a tool. Yes, all your feelings are valid. I hate that you felt that way. I'm going to say that no one should be made to feel ashamed, whether that's from other people telling you that, because that's happened to me, but it's still a very real feeling. You went through it, and I think a lot of people feel that way. And what I have to add to that is it's your journey. If you don't want to share it, you don't have to,
absolutely.
because it is yours and you don't owe anyone anything. And if you decide a year and a half later, I'm ready, that's when it's going to happen. If you decide never to share it, that's okay too. It's yours, but we're here sharing it now. But I also wish I was a year and a half earlier.
I know.
You know, yeah. And this is where I'm going to insert this sticker. I saw this today and I said, "Oh, I need to listen to this. Take gentle care of yourself." And I got diagnosed. I actually started talking about body dysmorphia with Holly and how I had gotten diagnosed earlier this year. And we were just talking like through our feelings and whatever. I very much look in the mirror and see myself at 283 pounds still. My pants don't fit me anymore. You know, I don't like what I see. And I've put on 40 to 45 pounds of regain. Now, yes, my situation is way different. My body clearly needed some of that because I lost too much. But, you know, I feel like in a way, even though I had this surgery for very different reasons, because of everything I've gone through, I very much relate to things that you guys do because I feel like I'm living it backwards. I'm like, oh, yeah, body dysmorphia. I had to relearn how to eat and all of the mind fucks of everything. So, yep, and dealing with regain. Yep, it fucking sucks. But I'm here to announce that I'm 5.2 pounds down in the last 4 days.
Woo!
I am eating very clean. I'm trying to flush my body of inflammation and heavy metals, also flush like the SIBO bacteria. And my registered dietitian, that is my SIBO specialist, she's even like, yeah, you're going to feel like you had the flu for 2 weeks. If you, obviously you guys have done this, if you had the liver shrinking diet prior to surgery, did you guys feel like garbage?
Yeah. It was like the keto flu. Like
Yes. Yes. So that's kind of what like I feel right now on top of all the other shit I do.
Oh my gosh.
That's not fun.
But I know that it's going to get better, and I'm doing this for not only trying to get some regain off, but literally get rid of all of this inflammation that I have, shed some of this bacteria from my SIBO, fix my sleep hygiene, and get off some of these medications that I am so reliant on for these symptoms from my complications. I don't want to just be taking them 4 times a day. I want to really much see how my body feels without the garbage, you know, in it. And the garbage can come from these medications that we're taking too, not just what we're putting in our mouth. It could be from water that we drink at the fucking restaurant that wasn't clean. I have already noticed that I do not have to rely on my medication as much. I have already noticed that I am stronger than I thought I was physically because I went to the gym for the very first fucking time in almost 4 years.
Woo!
Steph was cleared to go to the damn gym and she did a full 45 minutes to hour full body workout. And I was like,
Nice.
I can lift
So
5
happy for you.
pounds. No, Steph, you can lift 65 pounds. I
Nice.
definitely amazed myself. Am I sore? Yes. But am I so sore that I can't go do it again tomorrow? No. I will probably do it again tomorrow. I gave myself a day to 2 days rest. And I'm just like, it's all new. And you guys know this because when you got to go step in the gym for the first time, you shock yourself. Yeah. I don't know where I went with that ADHD.
Well,
I
I was
completely understand that. The wandering train of thought, and then you just kind of like derail
Where
at some
was
point, and then
I
you just keep going.
Where was I going with this? Oh, yes. We were talking about body dysmorphia. Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
you know
Can I
what
ask you a question about sleep hygiene? Have you guys had a hard time with sleep hygiene post surgery? Because I have. Oh, you haven't? Okay.
Like after surgery?
Yeah, I stopped. I started having like wicked insomnia like right after I got my RN1.
Yes. The past almost 4 years, probably on average, only slept like 2 hours at night. But I think
Yeah.
I think that's obviously person to person. Thank you for reminding me what I was talking about. Sleep hygiene. I was saying this is not only to get off regain, it's to make myself feel better, but sleep hygiene is the thing that I have noticed already. Steph slept 7 fucking hours last night.
Woohoo!
Nice. That's good.
And only had to take Tylenol PM once. So I'm going to say, check. We're already doing good things. Why did I wait this long to do this? As we were talking about, why did I wait this long to have weight loss? Why did I wait this long to fucking flush this shit out of my system? You know, it's because I wasn't educated.
As you're dealing with the regain, though, doesn't it feel so good to have friends and your community like rallying around you? I would say this sounds so simple, but I've been popping back into the gym myself with my daughter because she has a torn ACL. So she's been motivating me to get in there like 3 or 4 times a week. But Holly said to me yesterday in our group chat, like, I'm so proud of you. And I know that's like the most simple thing, but like it just warmed my heart for Holly to be proud of me.
I'm proud of you, all of you.
Well, and-
Holly likes to say those things to the people. She's just very motivating, and I love that about her.
I don't say it to everyone though, just so you guys know.
Okay.
I'm pretty particular, but if you need some encouragement, I am always happy to talk to people and listen and try to give you some inspo, but I'm a little shy. I play hard to get.
Unless you're hang out with her in real life. She's not shy.
I'm getting less shy slowly.
I'm navigating body dysmorphia, and I've also had plastic surgery. I've had a 360 lower body lift, and navigating that and being in an ADHD paralysis, I literally became sedentary. I didn't get out of bed. I couldn't think. I couldn't do anything. I don't know. I was on fucking autopilot for a year. And then of course moved to a new place. I am grateful that my plastic surgery sent my SIBO into the backgrounds because I could finally eat and nourish my body even if I wasn't absorbing most of it. But literally not moving my body, not being on the medications that I needed for my ADHD, etc. And then moving here, got hit by a hurricane. All of my childhood things that I, went to gone. Yeah, it was a lot. And then of course ending up in the hospital and you're port eroding through your chest, getting sepsis, and then needing it surgically removed in a hospital with none of your medical information, and a hospital that didn't have clean water, and then coming home and not having clean water for 2.5 months. So I gained 45 pounds of regain. It happened.
Well, and it's hard to
But
find
you know what?
motivation when you're dealing with those complications. And my stomach gets to hurting so bad. Some days I spend half the day in bed. And so, you're doing the best you can. And Steph and I have been at the same time sometimes in and out of the ER at the same time. We've been in the hospital at the same time. When you're navigating all that stuff, your routine's jilted. You're not eating or drinking the way that you're supposed to be. Sometimes you can't eat at all. But everything you just listed, I don't want to say justifies, but you've been through some crap, so give yourself some grace.
I don't know, but I say that I was like, I have given myself grace through this entire journey. Like I always say, I don't regret it because clearly what happened to me is not my fault. I had no control in it.
Exactly.
What I have in control is I'm here and I'm doing things. I just wish I knew what the fuck was happening to me and could have corrected it sooner.
Yeah.
But again, that's the doctor's not telling you the stuff that you need to not go off of your ADHD medicine. She told me I could.
The American medical system.
Right? Healthcare.
Healthcare.
Well, if anyone is needing an extra spoon, I got one.
Cute.
I told you I was gonna come out with these dad jokes. I'm sorry, but like when you go through shit, do you guys do this too? I use dark humor. That is how I get.
Well, yeah.
I laugh at myself.
Never.
Never. All right, Holly, get out. Just kidding.
I'm the queen of darkness.
You wanna know what I wish I had though, which I don't have? I need to go buy some googly eyes because I don't own any. So me and Holly have this joke about googly eyes. If you want to share it, you can.
So I don't even remember how this started, but her and I talk about putting googly eyes on all kinds of stuff. I have been low key thinking when I go into my plastic surgery this time, I'm going to put like googly eyes on my nipples this time.
Yes. That's amazing.
So when they, go to touch some things up, there's just googly eyes sitting there. But Steph and I talk about putting googly eyes on how did it start, Steph?
I don't even remember either. I don't know. Okay, go play.
We've talked about
funny.
getting waxed and putting a googly eye on our buttholes.
You said that. That was not me. No.
Okay, I've talked about that.
I was
She listened.
I was like, I've never had a Brazilian wax or whatever, but I've heard that they're life changing.
But if she does, she is going to put a googly eye on her butthole.
That's all Holly. The weird shit that you talk about with your online friends, kind of like when you're a bariatric patient, you cannot leave a conversation without talking about shit at least 3 times.
I was just going to say that. I was just like, we haven't talked about poop yet. Why?
We're farting.
We're fired.
We're fired.
Are we really bariatric patients? Oh my God.
It was like the thing I shared in my story this week. She's a 10, but she farts a lot.
Oh my God.
Truth.
Should we talk about the bowel changes after bariatric?
Look, where to even begin?
Rachel's over here shaking her.
Well, it's just one of those things because, like, of course you have them, but you add GI complications on there and it takes it to a whole other level.
So I didn't have complications, and maybe I should talk about this for people who don't have complications. Like, once my bowel situation regulated, so it took a minute. Once, like, things got on track, I scared myself. I didn't know I could make a poop, like, so big. I didn't know I was a powerful creator like that. So, like, shovels and, like, maybe you need to, like, cut it in half because it arced up out of the water a little bit. Like, I'm just saying, I know some of y'all got that slippery slope thing going on and you can't control it, but when you're regulated and you make them impressive poops, I wish I had known about that because the first time it happened to me, I was shocked and I thought I was broken. And then it kept happening.
Holly, you do say you have a dump truck ass.
I do have a dump truck ass. I do. That's from hygiene. I don't think it lends anything to this situation. I think they're disconnected from each other, unrelated, related but unrelated.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's a thing for even us who have had complications. I mean, yeah, they could be like a foot long.
Shit's real.
Spit
I
is
got
real.
a spoon
Yes.
if you need one.
I need a knife. So, like,
It's
I'm
okay.
getting close to. So, like, I'm close.
Do you own a bidet?
I do not. I don't need one. I have no issues. It's impressive.
You
Like,
don't have to have issues to have a bidet.
I don't need one though. Yeah, I legit don't need it. I think that there's a blessing when you poop and you don't have to, of course I still wipe, but when you don't have anything to clean up, like I think that you're doing really
You're
well
doing
in life.
good in life. Yeah.
Rachel's over here
You're
like
doing
dying.
Just like the conversation went to the toilet.
Literally.
That's pretty much where everything goes with me.
Steph, you're not the only one. Dad jokes.
New plan. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
I mean, I do have a bottle of Colace over here too.
Mm.
Stephanie, I still have that the eyeshadow palette that you sent me that was just like with all the shade names were like fuck it, fuck off.
Yes.
Aw.
Yes.
I was like,
So
I love it.
There was a play. I don't know if they're a chain, but in Washington State, it was like a handmade company, and it was called like Bitches or so, I don't even remember the name of it, but it's like all women owned. And the palette was like the palette, and every single eyeshadow was like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck it, fuck. Yeah, it was pretty
Beautiful.
awesome. What are you guys having for dinner?
Already had dinner. I had a taco.
I think tacos were very much a go-to, like always on my bariatric journey. Like I just feel like taco, easy to make, protein, definitely go-to. Or not a Beyond Burger. Beyond Burgers to me taste like really disgusting. I like Impossible Burgers. They taste way better.
Impossible burgers are better.
So
I'll just eat like a turkey burger.
a turkey burger.
Yeah.
And you're the one who's over here calling me a vegetarian.
I don't
Wait,
remember.
you're a vegan or a vegetarian? I'm like, no, I'm not. I just don't eat red meat. And she's like, well, that's basically what a vegetarian. No, it's not. I just
And then
don't
we
eat
talk
red meat.
about something else, and you're like, oh yeah, but I also don't eat steak. And I was like, okay, right, you're clearly not. I don't know why I thought you were a vegan. Well, because you also drink your protein. You like vegan protein. So like
Yes.
there's things, right, that stack up. And I was like, oh, she just doesn't eat meat. But then I was like, no, she eats like, I've seen her talk about like lubing up her chicken. I'm like, no, she eats chicken.
Yes, lose your meats, friends.
Yes, I have to
Because
do
they
that.
easily go down better.
Mm-hmm.
This is my dinner. We have some grilled chicken, some shrimp, some mushrooms, and some green beans.
Nice.
That looks good.
Looks nice and clean.
There's no oil, fat, or sugar in that.
Healthy.
It's very cold though. I need to go nuke it again. Does anyone else have that problem? It just sits
Yes.
there.
As a bariatric patient, you take
Yeah.
like 3 bites and then you push it away, and then 20 minutes later you come back to it and it's cold.
Yes, or if you have to take 8,000 drugs
Mm.
before eating, you take all your medicine and it's cold by then too.
Yeah. Or sometimes, like right now, I'm having some really bad stomach pain, but like it'll take me a while to eat. I'll probably take a couple bites and then let it settle. And
Definitely.
yeah.
I'm not laughing at you. Can you hear Greg laughing in the background?
I'm starting my plastics journey, guys. My plastic surgery consultation for my tummy is on the 2nd of July. So I'm just going to go and ask some questions and kind of feel things out and find out. I need to get my iron situation handled before I do anything else. Because it's kind of a step forward on your journey.
Sure
You lose
is.
all this weight and then that's a reward. So I'm excited.
It's a whole nother journey. You can fit. Do you need questions to ask? Do you need to know what you should buy? Because
Well, I'm in the beginning. I know nothing. So
Okay.
I'm going to sit down and ask, or I'm going to sit down and write a bunch of questions out, which is normally what I do when I go to a doctor's appointment the day before.
Me and
Are
Holly.
you going to consult with more than one?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely.
What's that?
And board certified. I'm very particular on who I will allow to operate on me, kind of thing. After what I've dealt with the gastric bypass, I'm not taking any chances this time.
Yes, that is why I went to the plastic surgeon on that. I went to Dr. Dry is the most amazing human ever. He and his wife followed my journey and also did obviously surgery on Bex. 3 rounds for her, 1 round for me. And he's very knowledgeable about SIBO. He's done tummy tucks on people with SIBO. And he himself loves working with the bariatric community because he's himself has lost 100 pounds in his life.
Cool.
He is jacked as shit now, but he has the best bedside manner. I completely trust him with all the things. Again,
Where is he located?
so he's in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of people do go see him from like Canada or around the United States. Megan's mission, she just had her 2nd round of plastics with him. She just got home. She's in Florida, kind of close to you. I think she's kind of in Orlando area. Yeah. So it's always good to obviously go into that with all of your questions. Get more than one opinion. I wasn't doing that because that's just me. I'm like, nope, Dr. Dry. But yeah, because some of them will be more conservative. Some of them will be yeah, we can do all these things, but also
Yeah.
know that your body is going under anesthesia for a very long time. There's guidelines about how long you can be under without having to stay in a hospital, like, especially if you do it in like an outpatient setting, like if they have their own practice in a surgery center there.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's certain, like, you shouldn't go over, 7 hours, because if you go over 7 hours, then you need to have like a nurse with you for 24 hours type of thing, which is something that a lot of people don't know either. Obviously, every surgeon's different. You can go to Mexico and you can get everything done one time, or you can get it in Turkey, which a lot of people go to also, and get a bunch of things done. I personally not gonna do that.
Right.
We're not doing that, girls.
No, that's an option that anyone is freely to take and do, and I'm not judging people. My friend Nicole, who was on my as a podcast co-host, she went to Mexico and she had her plastic surgery. Love her, but I think it's very important to have that backup care when you come back. To have that
Absolutely.
post-op care. That post-op care is so important. And going to a primary care doctor who's not specialized in that, I feel like it definitely can hinder your results and your healing, as anything can. Do you have anything to add, Ollie?
I think feeling confident and like you have a good relationship with this physician is important. If you don't trust that person, don't do it. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter. Like if I told you I had the best time ever with this person or the best results and you've got a creepy feeling, do your own thing. You got to go with your gut on that. Don't rush yourself. It is a process. I'm not somebody who's had children. I can't compare a tummy tuck, an extensive tummy tuck, to having kids, but I felt like I got ran over by no less than about 45 trains. And then they backed up and did it again like 3 more times. It was a rough recovery, but do your research. Look for current
Mhm.
results. Look for bodies like yours, people starting out where you are, and then just find somebody you vibe with real well.
Definitely.
But do your research. Talk to Steph, has good pointers for everything you should look for medically. She's got that covered. I've seen her run through that before. But it's more the vibe check for me. Like if they say like, yeah, we're gonna get you snatched, or run.
Oh yeah. 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 Because
We want
that's
to
not the point.
feel normal for the first time in
Right.
our lives. We want to feel beautiful. We want to feel like a woman. We want our bodies to be restored to what they could have been that maybe they never were. There are some people that don't want that and they want that snatched look, but I think it's more rare amongst us than anything else.
Rachel, did you have C-sections, or yeah?
Yeah, I had 2 C-sections.
How did you feel after your C-section?
It wasn't horrible. I actually, honest to goodness, I feel like bariatric surgery was more rough for me than the C-sections. I just, for some reason, had complications from the first day. And so they were saying I was having more pain than I should have. They actually kept me an extra night. And then I went home just like hysterically crying to my bariatric surgeon over the phone because I was just in so much pain for the first couple of days. And then it subsided and it was fine, but that was worse than a C-section. So I want to do plastic surgery because I have a lot of loose skin on my belly. And because I have had so many surgeries on my stomach in the last year, it's made the skin even worse. So I'm getting infections in my belly button and different medical reasons, but I'm a little nervous because I'm worried about the pain.
I feel like plastic surgery, pain wise, compared to everything else, was a walk in the park for me. Obviously, again, me and Holly are very two different people. Like, hers, she said she felt like she got ran over by a train. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't so much painful. It was like I've already dealt with swelling and shit and other things in my life, so I think that's where it was very different. I would say that it was more of a mental, emotional journey for me than physical journey, which a lot of people will say that they never realized that it was until they've gone through it. Yeah, just like bariatric surgery, you're burning fat and estrogen's going with it, and you cry because of fucking nothing. That also happens during plastic surgery. But you're also, I think, crying at the fact of like, okay, oh my God, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. Like, I can see what I look like now with this apron gone. But it's also like, is this really me? Or you're like, is my skin, you know how they talk about phantom skin? You go and you're like trying to like lift it. I'm like, it's not there anymore. What? You're like, I can see my kitty down there. Like,
See my kid.
The first
like,
time you like run up the steps and your tummy doesn't clap for you, like,
or you don't have rashes anymore. You're
yeah.
like, oh, you're stretching and you can like stretch further because your stomach skin's not in the way. It's a whole experience and journey in its own. So know that when you go into your skin removal, you are going to not only have a physical journey, but you're going to have a mental and emotional journey too with it. And it's hard, but you're going to get through it. And you're gonna do exactly what you did with bariatric surgery. What the fuck did I do to myself? But, you know, like you said, trust the process because you're gonna see the results that you worked so hard at in your journey without the skin there. And I hope that you become even more confident and go wear a fucking bikini. Show
Yeah,
off
that would be
your new
fun.
damn belly button.
Girl, I haven't worn a bikini in like a decade or more.
You're gonna. I mean, you should still wear a bikini even if you're not
Heck
having
yeah.
skin removal. Some people
I
don't
do.
want to have
Wear the bikini, right?
Yes,
Rachel wears the
wear the damn
bikini.
I do
bikini.
wear
She's
the
I see
bikini.
wear it.
Rachel chilling on the fucking poolside
Yep.
chair over here. I'm like, you look amazing. If you don't ever want to have skin removal or plastic surgery, right on you. Because all bodies are beautiful bodies.
Exactly.
If you want to have plastic surgery, I'm celebrating you too. Again, whichever you want to do. Obviously, there's multiple reasons. Financially, it's not something that a lot of people can do. Some insurance will cover certain things, or you have the ability to do it, you can. It may take someone longer to be able to do that or stuff like that. I didn't know plastic surgery, skin removal was something that I would have ever been able to do with my complications. And I very much with my care team broke down fucking crying when they said, Steph, you can do it and you deserve this. You deserve this despite everything you've gone through. I was getting horrible fucking rashes. It was painful tucking my damn skin in my pants. And I would like take my like pants off and I just have like indentions, but it was like bleeding. And I was like, I need this to go away. Yeah. And luckily, with the help of my mother, my fucking 401k, my tax return, my work bonus, and care credit, and a wonderful surgeon, yes, it was something that I didn't think would happen for me. And I am happy that I was able to get it done. And something that I hope to in the next 5 years, which I've talked about this with some of you, with sneak peek on things happening in Steph's life, is to have a foundation to help those with complications, to help those get bariatric surgery when their insurance will not cover it, to help people with skin removal. That is something that I wholeheartedly, from my core, want to give back to the community because the community has always poured so much into me. And I always say this, and I'm trying not to cry when I say this because I cry at fucking everything. You know, the community saved my life. They came together and helped to save my life. And so that is also a big reason why I advocate so hard for myself in the community because no one should suffer in silence. And
Agreed.
I want to be there for everyone, even if I'm on the ground with no spoons. Like, it's just me. I'm like, I'm going to take a break and not be on. Nope, fuck, I got to answer these people. I'm just invested and I want to help as many people as I can. And
There's no one better for it.
Yeah, I agree.
so that's where I am with all of that stuff and going on a tangent again because
So when are we going to find out more about that?
all of my stuff.
Yeah.
I probably will start dropping hints in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
hopefully have the website and stuff launched, etc. by August. Yeah. There's a lot that goes into this.
I bet.
Yeah.
I think that's,
But
to not put a serious twist, I always feel like you guys are the ones like talking poop and I'm talking serious stuff. But like even just speaking out with your and advocating for people, you're teaching people how to advocate for themselves, right? Like you and I are both from the medical field, and when I was having my bowel obstruction, I went to the emergency room twice and saw also my doctor. Nobody was listening to me, but I knew from a medical standpoint how to advocate for myself and to not give up. Like I knew something was wrong in my body, but not everybody would know to do that, right? So if like we're speaking out about the specifics of our situation, we're advocating for or teaching people how to advocate too.
And that's a part of it too. And like, doing one-on-one stuff, obviously being a patient advocate for people. And, also obviously I have a multi-state nursing license, and I've always had the wants to, go take care of like my friends or whatever. If, people are alone and they don't have that support, like as we were talking about, like I will come take care of you because I want you to have a good recovery. I don't want you to be alone, type of thing. So that's also something that I'm very much open to doing, whether it's plastics, whether it's bariatric surgery, whether it's you need your gallbladder out afterwards, and just to be there in person to advocate for these people and take care of them so they have a better outcome and better recovery. So obviously what I have experienced has now bloomed into all of this, because I don't think I can ever go back to full-time bedside nursing with what I've been dealt. And so obviously your life changes, your career changes and pivots, etc. So that is very much why I'm wanting to do this side of it, obviously to help so many people, as well as if they need me in person, then I have the ability to do that. Yeah. And like I've told you guys, is like I feel bad charging people because for the last 4 years I just like help people anyways, and everyone's like, but you have a lot of value, you have more value than whatever you're gonna charge for this. And if you know me, I'm just gonna dump it right back into the community and helping people, because that's just what I do. Yeah. And I'm able to live my purpose and help people while also not working at 9 to 9 shift of killing my back and whatnot, and be able to do what I love in the capacity that I'm able to do it and not overextend myself.
I think that's a beautiful thing. Like Holly might have not had complications, but when she's talking about body dysmorphia and like even the things to look at with plastic surgery, you're helping people when you speak out to that. When you're working out, you're motivating people. You motivate me.
Yeah.
But that's what's so beautiful about social media. It's not just like, hey, I've lost 160 pounds. Look at my before and after. But like we're actually out there sharing our journeys and helping each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Weight loss surgery is not butterfly and rainbows.
No.
Like I said in that damn speech, don't let anyone make you feel ashamed for sharing your journey or asking for help. And your story matters and you matter. You are a person. You are not a number. Unfortunately, some doctors think we are just numbers and money in their pocket. And that's not what we are. We are humans. We are all on our own journey. No journey is linear. Don't fucking compare, because that's a thief of joy. And just don't do that to yourself. And just because me or Rachel or Erin had complications does not mean that you're going to. Look at Holly over here.
I mean, my gallbladder did crap out
Okay.
like a week after having plastic surgery, which really
That's true. I forgot about
That's
that.
the worst.
I'm sorry, Holly. Welcome to the complication group. So, yes, a more common complication, because I always like to talk rare and common, is that your gallbladder can very much shit the bed after weight loss surgery or plastic surgery after weight loss surgery.
It's a ticking time bomb.
And most doctors won't tell you that, or if they do, most of them don't actually prescribe the medication that they want you to be on for 6 months to help prevent your gallbladder from doing that. My doctor didn't prescribe that, but luckily I didn't have a gallbladder. We got rid of that in 2019.
Yeah, I was on the gall medication after my
Mhm.
bariatric surgery. I forget what it was, gall something, right? But
There's
anyway,
different names of it, yeah.
but yeah, I was on that for almost a year after my surgery, and then I got off of it. But my plastic surgery, I called my husband in the middle of the night, and I was like, I think I'm having a heart attack. Nah, but it did take us 3 months to figure out I was having gallbladder attacks.
Which gallbladder attacks are not fun either if you've ever had
No, not at all.
I feel like we could talk forever and go on
Mhm.
tangents of 8,000 things.
Oh, yeah.
So we should do part 2 some other time so we can
Absolutely.
continue it because then I can do
Sounds
one
good.
too. I just feel like everyone's journey is just so diverse and like, again, neurodivergence people, we can't ever stay on topic. We just have to go down different loopholes. If Bex was here, it would be even worse. Yes. But I thank each one of you for taking the time to talk with me, to share openly and being vulnerable. You guys are amazing. I am proud of every single one of you. I am blessed and honored to have each of you in my life. And thank you for sharing your story because you are helping a lot of people. You inspire me. You inspire so many. And we will talk more next time. But let us all know what your tags are for following you on social media. And I can put that in the intro and stuff too. But if you guys want to say goodbye to everyone for now.
Well, thank you for
Bye,
having us.
Bye, everyone, for
Bye.
now.
Till next time.